Breaking news! MSG is actually good for you. This message is brought to you by the American Chemical Society. Yes, a group who stands to gain untold sums in revenue by keeping you hooked on literal food crack, released this video explaining how glutamate is a naturally occurring chemical. It occurs naturally in many foods and is also found in your body. Therefore, it must be safe to eat. And for those of us experiencing headaches, nausea, heart palpitations, hyperactivity, and a myriad of other physical ailments, well, it's probably all just in your head. Now, scientists do report that mild symptoms can occur in some individuals, but only if they consume large amounts of MSG on an empty stomach. One article asks, if MSG is so bad for you, then why doesn't everyone in Asia have a headache? And that's a very good question. But whether or not it exists in nature or it's used widely in Asia is irrelevant. Not only does the video fail to explain how naturally occurring glutamate differs from industrially produced glutamate, it's the way that MSG is used in our culture that is directly linked to the long list of problems associated with MSG. Overprocessed, packaged, and canned foods lacking in nutrition are coated with MSG to give it flavor. It's the American way, and MSG is a crucial ingredient in no-fat or low-fat food. Now, it's well known that sugar and salt are not healthy in the quantities that Americans are consuming, but couple that with a good coating of MSG, an ingredient that literally makes you crave more, it's no wonder that 1 in 3 adults in the West are considered clinically obese. Not only is MSG tricking your body into wanting more-ish additives in processed foods have been linked to a number of adverse health effects. Board-certified neurosurgeon Dr. Russell Blaylock explains the very real dangers of MSG.
When we look at the effects of MSG, monosodium glutamate, and other food additives that are excitotoxins on brain and behavior, all of these things that are ending up in our water system, our food that are being given as food additives, we're seeing some common effects. They have behavioral effects, they have reproductive effects, and they have effects on health like cancer, degenerative brain disorders. And it's well demonstrated in the scientific literature. The question you have is, why are the regulatory agencies not approaching this? Why are they still allowing this? When there's compelling evidence that it's harmful. Just to be on the safe side, you would think, when millions of people are exposed to this every day, they would at least warn the public that it has effects on your reproduction, has effects on your risk of cancer, has effects on your brain function, your cognitive function, your memory, learning. It has effects on the development of the brain of the child. When all these things are known and in the scientific literature and peer-reviewed journals, why is the public being kept in the dark? There's only two choices you have in this debate. Either they're incredibly stupid and incompetent or criminal, or they're doing it on purpose for a reason, which goes back to the Rockefeller design of human engineering.
To the degree that MSG is not merely used in food, but is in certain vaccines as an injected ingredient, now we're talking about something that is much more ominous, because when you inject somebody with a substance, whatever it is, it bypasses portals of self-defense in the body, immune system defense, because you inject it directly in. It's much more dangerous than if you were eating it. So to the degree that MSG is used in vaccines, this is even more dangerous. And so when these chemical groups and so forth begin to hustle and sell and hype and promote MSG because, they want to sell it, which is what they're doing, this is highly disturbing, to say the least, because we're also now talking about trying to exonerate it as an ingredient in vaccines. And now we're talking about much more serious damage here.
Much like the argument for adding fluoride to the water, the very fact that there are even minimal risks involved should give pause to any company that's considering profit over people. And until we can trust these corporations to do that, we must trust ourselves and beware of government-funded research that reaches government-approved conclusions.